In this video, I'm going to show you how to do shape number 2 in the 11 shapes document. And as you can see, this one adds on the complexity from shape 1 because you've got a couple arcs going on, and you've got kind of a shape here and another shape up over here that's the same, and then this bottom base as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and start as we've done in the past by creating a new sketch, and I'm going to start from my front view and switch to my flat orientation so I can see it straight on. Then I'm going to just draw the base, and you don't have to make your entire part out of one drawing, out of one sketch, one extrusion. Often, especially with a complex part, you're going to need multiples. And so I've got my rectangle for my base, and I'm going to, I know that the bottom is 0.5 in height. It's also 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 across. And so that is 2.5 inches according to my scale. And from here I'm actually done. So I'm just going to finish that, look at it at an angle, extrude, go, and double check that I need to go 2, 4, 5. So that's 1.25 right there. And so now I've got the base. And that part is the simple part. That is what we've already done on our other parts. The next thing that's kind of complicated is that we are going to actually create these kind of rounded, one might call it a rib, but these rounded shapes right here. And so I'm going to draw over here on this side right here, and I'm actually going to start with a rectangle, and I'm going to make it very obviously not line up over here. I can make my coincident constraint and line these two corners up right here, and now all I have to do is define the height. And from here I can see, if I'm imagining a straight line over, I'm seeing it's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares tall. That's 1 inch, so I'll put in my dimension right here. And again, this isn't anything you haven't done already, but it is just a reminder, and it's a step that needs to be done. Now, with all of these shapes that you're asked to do in 11 shapes, you're actually asked to make a few circles, but the circles, the centers of which always line up with one of these grid lines. And so if we're kind of taking a look, we see this circle, it looks to be about 1/4 of a circle. And so it's actually, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to get to the center, and then 4 squares here. And so we've got a radius of 1, and our center is straight up from this side and straight over from the top. And luckily, I already have a point right here on my sketch. So I'm going to draw a circle like this. And I know that the radius is 1 inch. So what I can actually do is type in and know that my diameter is twice that. It's actually 2 inches because you take the radius and you take it times 2. Another option would have been, if I wanted to, as I'm making those circles, I know where the center is, and I also know where that circle starts to curve back up. And so kind of a place that it is tangent, I know where that is as well. So I could click here on this fully constrained thing. You can see my diameter is 2, and then my the height being 1, so from the center to the outside of that circle is 1. And so from there, what I can do is finish my sketch and extrude just this shape. Notice I didn't get rid of those extra shapes, and it's 0.5 and it's going the wrong direction, and I want to make sure that I'm also adding material. I want this all to be part of one part instead of being multiple parts. Then from there I can see, okay, that's looking pretty good, but I want that same shape over here on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move, and I'm going to make this sketch over here on this plane, and whenever possible, I like to kind of copy or move stuff from one sketch to another. And there's a tool for that, and that's actually called Use. So I'm looking up here in the toolbar, and I'm seeing that we have mirror and we have offset, and let's see, so we've got construction. There we go. Use, project, or convert. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Use tool or project tool, and I'm going to click on that shape that's hiding on that other sketch over here that I've already created. And it doesn't have to be part of just one sketch, it could be numerous sketches, but it's something that already exists but is not on my sketch plane. Now from there, I don't have to add any dimensions. It's fully constrained because this is going to line up with something that already exists. So I'm all good there. I'm just going to finish that. I can extrude, and again, I want to see it at an angle. I want to add material, and I want to make sure that it is going the correct distance and correct direction. And notice I only had one shape on here, so I didn't have to click on it, but that would have been an option as well. So I'm taking a look. Now I've got these two kind of ribs going on here. And then the last step is, of course, to draw a sketch right here. Nope, got to look at it from the straight on so it makes sense. And then not only dimension the size of it, 5 square, okay, 0.5, but I also want to dimension the location. So it's 0.5 from one side and it's 0.25 from the front. So 0.25. And I'm putting my dimensions off to the side because I think it's just a little neater, a little cleaner from there. So you can see that it is fully constrained. All of my dimensions are correct. Finish that sketch, extrude, select that profile, make sure it's removing material this time. This time I'm going all the way through, so I'm going to select through all. That takes away my distance. And then I'm going to hit OK. And that was very quick, but as you get working on this, you're going to get faster, and you're going to get better at this, and you're going to learn all these tools that allow you to very quickly, very easily make these parts.